everyone, my name is Angelina, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about why I've created this channel, why I'm making these videos, and why I'm sharing what I share. A lot of it is based on my personal experiences. I want to share what I was taught, what has helped me, what worked and what didn't work for me in my own life journey and my personal development and my spiritual growth. My intention is to be able to share some of my personal experiences and how they shaped me and how they influenced my beliefs on myself and the world that I lived in and the relationships that I had and how they limited me in many ways. And I'm going to share on how I got out of them and how I'm continuing to get out of them. I'm going to start this by saying that I am not perfect. I do not know everything. I'm not all-knowing. And that I'm a human being just like you and everyone else. But my experiences have shaped me in many ways. My experiences have value in the way I carry myself, the life that I live, the way I view things, the perspectives I hold, and how they've influenced me to go searching for support, for knowledge, for depth, and for understanding. All of my experiences today have value, and for a long time I did not believe that they did. I believed that I didn't have much to offer. I didn't believe that anyone would want to hear what I have to say, or that anyone would want to hear my story or my experiences. And I didn't believe that I was capable of really articulating that and communicating that, or that it mattered. I didn't think that I was good enough to really talk about these things in this context. I didn't think that I should do this. Play small was something that always came to mind, was something that I was always taught. Play it safe. Don't rock the boat. Don't put yourself out there. Keep those walls up to protect yourself. My intention behind these videos is to touch on some of those experiences that I have had, that I know many other people have had as well, and how they have effects on us, our psyche, the way we see the world, the way we see ourselves. And my intention is to create a space to actually talk about what we can do about them. Do we have to live in those thought patterns for the rest of our life? Do we have to have those habits? Do we have to have the same perspective on things? Do we have to do the same things over and over and over, even though we may be deeply unhappy and unsatisfied and feel like there's something missing in our life and feel like we're not living a purposeful life that we could actually create for ourselves? Everything that I say is not going to be intended to harm anybody. It is not going to be intended to bash anyone. I may touch on family of origin type of topics. I may touch on certain topics that may relate to some traumas, whether they are big traumas or little traumas, that some would say. If at any point any of the content that I create on this channel is triggering or makes you uncomfortable, or you feel like you need to take a step back, or you may need to reach out to someone in your support system and get a different perspective, or run those ideas by them, anything that's being discussed, I would encourage you to do so. This space is created to share ideas, to share concepts, to speak openly about different types of topics that have been helpful for me. Most of them are relating to spirituality, philosophy, and psychology, and mental health. Given the fact that I have a background in working in the mental health field and have currently left that profession for something different, I'm going to share a little bit about those experiences and what worked and what didn't work for me. Why I left the profession, what I found to be more impactful and more helpful for me. And my hope is that you will all find your way, find your own path, take what you like, and see if everything that I say might relate to you. Really ask yourselves if any of the topics that will be discussed have to do with you. Do they make sense? Do they sound relatable? Do they feel right? Do they feel familiar? Are you curious? Do you want to learn a little bit more about something? Do you want to explore or delve into a specific topic a little bit more? My intention behind all of this is to share that knowledge and experience and wisdom with people, and to continue to grow in my own understanding of the concepts and the topics that we discuss here. I'm very excited to start this. Starting these videos have been something that has been on my mind for many years, but has not been something that I've actually thoroughly delved into because of my own limiting beliefs, because of my own blockages, my own fears that got in the way. After thorough introspection, after thorough planting the seeds and digging up those roots that needed to be discarded or given away, I'm able to come into this space from a different place and a different perspective. And we will see where the universe takes me. We'll see what comes out. We'll see how this goes. We'll see what's going to be created. And I would encourage you all to start looking within yourselves to see, what are some things that I want to do in my life? What is blocking me? Am I doing these things? Why do I feel like I'm so stuck? Are these blockages that are getting in the way of me creating the kind of life that I want? Or are these blockages that are getting in the way of me achieving something that I want to achieve? Are they actually really blockages, or are they something that my mind has created and has assigned meaning to as a blockage, and therefore give up and just accept and go on without really doing much change, doing much differently? Every single one of us has the ability to discern. There may be some exceptions. This may come a little bit more difficult for other people. This may come not naturally to some people. Or maybe that's a limiting belief itself. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe we don't need to overcomplicate any of this. But I would encourage you to really do some deep introspection on these topics and within yourself to see what you want to create for yourself. What vision do you have for your life? What goal do you want to achieve? It doesn't have to be this grand, big thing. It doesn't have to be something huge that has so many steps involved. Maybe it's something like starting to develop a certain character trait that you want. Maybe you go around living in so much fear, and maybe you want to develop more courage. What does that look like? What does that feel like in your body? What does a person who has courage say? What does a person who has courage do? Does courage look differently in one area of my life versus another area of my life? For example, does having courage in my romantic relationships look different than having courage in businesses, in developing a business? Does having courage look differently in exploring these topics? What does courage mean to you? Why do you want to develop courage? These are the types of questions that we can start asking ourselves to really develop and grow into becoming the person that we want to become, the person we may be meant to become. Some would say that these are the things that we are created to become, to reach our potential, to self-actualize, to become the higher version of ourselves, to become the more developed, more wise version of ourselves. Whatever terminology you want to use, I would encourage you to explore it. As mentioned earlier, take what I say and leave the rest. If something doesn't make sense, if something doesn't feel right, that's okay. Ask yourselves why. Really delve into it. Don't condemn a concept or a topic just because it might not make sense right away. There might still be some value to it. So, without further ado, I'm very excited to be working with all of you, to be discussing these topics with all of you, to see where this goes, to see what will be created, to see how this will unfold. And I hope that it has a positive impact, just as those who have done the same have had a positive impact on me in my growth and my development. And with all of that, I hope you have a great day.